Waiting. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. We are playing some more Peak and Pines today. So let's jump right on in. Spit it out, bud. Bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you've gotta tell me. Okay. You can come to the treehouse, and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. Okay, so we left off having dinner with Beck's unusual family. They seem to...
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
They seem to not be very happy about their move here, or at least not everyone. So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big, spiked gate. Looming mansion. Rich, reclusive owners. It even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words. You descendant nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Oopsies. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. Oh man, that's Harris Valentine. Who's that she's talking to? The one who killed Luca? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order. What was his name? Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. Suspend hostilities. I guess they didn't used to like each other then. I'll deal with our common threat. Now, this is what I was talking about. Oh, okay, so he's not really interested in Luca's grandmother then, right? He's just gonna use her?
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh! You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything? I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see the look on that Rub Kerr's face. Oh, okay, so Kerr with the clippers, right? Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady. But that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Oh, God, it's the grandmother. Okay, so that... Oh, I'm so confused now. Okay, family.
Ran down Luca's spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
They weren't at all concerned about the gate being open?
Chapter 5. What big ears you have! Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet.
Yeah.
After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
He's in shock. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That's my gran. Oh, that was my gran. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Okay, we'll go to the treehouse, I guess. Yum. Ooh, glowy mushrooms. Can I not take any? Is there still no bees? I'm guessing because we can't click on it. So the treehouse was this way, right? For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
Okay, so do we think that Gran and Nuncreed are working together, or do we think that they're on opposite sides and just happen to have the same fashion sense? I don't really know. Usually I'm good at picking this kind of stuff up, but I did take a little break from the game for a few days, so I don't really know. I have to get back into it. If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here, acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
Anger issues? There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Yeah, because you just signed your soul away, buddy. Look at the phone booths all lit up. Okay, I feel like just because I'd better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. Kind of forgot your name for a minute there. Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you some advice. Don't go walking around at night. The next time someone you know, or you don't know, asks to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard bob right in the kisser. Oh, Gran tells me to just keep away from the clipboards. That's good. That's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luca. So maybe they are on the same side? I don't know. Speaking of which, you'd better run along home now. Too dark out here to be wandering on your own. I'm not on my own. Beck's with me. Which you didn't even acknowledge her, and she didn't acknowledge you, which I think's fair, but... Bouncy. You're still here. The answers you seek will be revealed in due time. The question is the figure in Toad. Are you prepared to live with the truth? Probably not. Can we steal anything? Let's see. Still just... That was weird for a second. Okay. Just my computer. gonna be the same again? Sharper Valentine, a celebration of excellence. Seems like it's still the same. I know we should probably. I better not dilly-dally. Da-da-da-da-da. Gotta get to the treehouse. Da-da-da. Yeah. We're dilly-dallying. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam? Why? I don't know. Just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. Don't they say the customer's always right in the matter of taste? Sigh. I can't wait. Supposedly that's the full saying. It's not necessarily that they're really always right. Okay, it's too late to go inside. What time is it in the game? Everything closes way too early in this place. Ooh, it's Kerr and something Valentine.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Couldn't have done it without you.
The mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense! That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she has been indisposed of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it at all. She's just been busy. Of course. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of importance to the whole affair. And we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're darn tootin' he was.
Kerr locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family. Present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I've never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just the festival. All of this. There's gotta be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in helping Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds? Yep, little bundles of potential.
With a glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here. Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Miss Mayor. Good night, Mayor Valentine. Was that a jab at him, or was that a compliment? Are we gonna tell him not to dilly-dally? Yeah. Old Picker's Pond. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little farther on from here. So what's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo, he's Rolo, you know, chocolate filled with caramel. Not particular helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny, even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what this foul harvest thingy is. It's kinda a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Pecan Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharp or Valentine or used as fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharp or Valentine suddenly died. And something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water, or air, or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I take it Rolo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Reborn Initiative? Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. Oh man, no one thought that suspicious? We'd better get going. Let's see, can we fish anything else up? Since we're here. Nope. Okay.
Luca gently good first.
We still need to look for more bait. Hey Rolo, I know you don't like meeting new people, but we're here. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rolo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rolo waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks! Hey Luca, you know the security concern we talked about? Yeah? While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test. Test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. So is this gonna help us when the Clipbroids and Kerr come over? On that other scenario? Damn. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Lavish. Okay. Well, how are we gonna get up there now? Rolo, are you gonna let us up? Alright. It's like my aim in real life. Son of a bitch. Yes. Okay. Oh no. We'll be here a while, guys. Hacha! Not even close. There we go. Oh no. Nail a moving target. Damn, that was a good shot. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place. There's a guy in town named Geoff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It wasn't imaginative, I'll give you that. Luca, are you sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Okay, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters? I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock and something. I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Harris Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Rolo let out a low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at Valentine Warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your gran in the same suit talking to Harris Valentine? Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kind of awesome.
Rolo and Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so we can logically conclude aliens, or alien zombies, have infiltrated the town. And their leader is Gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. I would love it if aliens were the answer to this, because Rolo needs to have something going for him. Second, it couldn't have been my gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her, so it could possibly not be your gran. Luca, don't take this the wrong way. But are we sure your gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luca, your gran is hiding something. And Pa always says, folks only burn stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear, and we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in.
Chapter 6. Secret Lair.
Ooh, it's gonna be that closet, isn't it?
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows.
Even Dawn?
Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
But yet Gran's not there. What time is it? Because it's cold. Yeah, I'm on my way. Mother, Father, is it you? Gran's been acting weird. I didn't call you guys. Rolo, what on earth is that? I love it. That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this. It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear. Yep, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rolo strutted across the room.
If I were a Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rolo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Aha!
He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rolo. Drat. It may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere your Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah, the closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first? No, Dice, it's locked. Well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I am going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted and turned toward the kitchen.
Okay, and then we put on a trench coat and we act like an adult. All right, Rolo. Come on, what? Nothing's happening. What? My controller went out. Momentary break. There we go. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. Come on. You've called upon my expert detective skills. What? Okay, I'm gonna have have to just use the mouse and keyboard, which is not nearly as fun, but I'll do it. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rolo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss.
I feel like we should check the berry bush.
But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh yeah. Or hey. Let me just yank on this random
As Beck
teacup
pulled on
and...
one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling? Dude, only 2 types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspirator vibe. Ooh. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
Is that his father? What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rolo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Oh wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of a... pre-minted scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Ah yes, here we are. A follow-up examination of Terrace Wallaby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malice. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mr. Wallaby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rolo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncrad's name. Wait.
Rolo's finger traced across the page.
There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wallaby claims the tap water at his house has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else.
Rolo scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And With his wife passing, Terrence's condition followed close behind, exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
Poor Luca. What does it say next?
Rolo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean, enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit!
Luca slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? Cause I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she is tracking the movements of everyone in town, out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My moms are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Harris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Creed has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. I want to punch the punching bag. Pacha! Do we get a prize? Okay. Doesn't seem like anything happens with this one. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution explosive and jam jars. There's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? Incendiary. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find out.
Rolo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar. And ink? What?
Rolo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rolo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Miss Fratelli. A grand jar-gram? Jangram. The grand jam-gram. Ugh. Too difficult to say. It says, last night I used the disguise Harris provided to scout the location. Okay, so yeah, Mr. Nuncreed is not on our side. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Aw, man! Are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So, more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide, but I'm the bad joke guy around here.
They crowded around
like
a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
She's the bad joke person around here. They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines. Does it also have bullseyes? Cool! This looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rolo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. looks like even... looks there. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow it...
Rolo carefully traced the path with his finger.
It leads right to...
He jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square. That's the fountain in the middle of the town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rolo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that map has the same symbol as the explosives over here. So it's not hiding treasure? A real bummer. Rolo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival! Gulp. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival. Not if we stop her. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall.
Suspicious.
Then suddenly, it stopped.
Yeah, but whoever it is, if it is Gran, she surely sees that the hidden door has moved. And if not, I mean, they're probably suspicious about the hidden door.
Without realizing,
and how'd they get in the house?
They'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other.
How do they know that they are glancing at each other? It's way too dark for me to
A
tell.
muffled male voice broke the silence.
Uh-oh.
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step.
It's the fruit guy, but I don't remember his name.
Thump.
Yo-ho! I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Thump.
I'm just here to help. Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Guess it's nothing.
Rolo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Don't fucking move, Rolo. Rolo, don't.
It was too late. Rolo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rolo tackled the man to the ground.
Rolo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I don't know if I had it in me. Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rolo. That was awesome! Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rolo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rolo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Trovoller. Tolliver. Woller. The fruit guy. I'm bad with names.
Chapter 7. The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Tolliver. Yeah, Tolliver maybe, but Tolliver? Oh, I guess.
Still
maybe.
Unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain. They couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house.
Yeah. How'd he get a key?
After some deliberation, it was decided.
They'd run the classic good cop, blank cop interrogation. Chill cop. Obviously.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
I like the music. Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rolo just got a little startled. Rolo's here?
Rolo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Harum a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rolo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? I mean, well, this one time you sold him a rotten grapefruit, but other than that, no. No? And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah? So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just we strapped you to a chair, so maybe you want to get revenge. All this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town, an archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation. You can explain tied up, sir.
Luca looked again to Rolo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings.
The end.
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in
He
time.
edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
Yeah, and then he darted off, right? You see, this town has secrets, Luca. He's gonna lock him in. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought
He
to
punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
light. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rolo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. And let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation.
He's gonna tell Gran on them.
This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end. Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement.
I mean, maybe we would if we continued through the filing cabinet.
Back to the drawing board.
Fine. Sure. The only new one we have is Rumble. So... Beck called to Luca before he made his way past the gate. Wake up, I'll walk you home. Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rolo could be prickly about new people, but Beck seemed cool. Rolo would warm up to her eventually. Probably. Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds began to rumble.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure we can make it home before this storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch a cold. Luca and Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. Okay, we're gonna start with the flowers. Who's your secret admirer?
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Pungent.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Ponders? Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Same school gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. At least she's honest. Well, you cared enough to keep them, is all. Oh, wow! Rolo and I have a radio just like this one at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Filtered it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. I wonder if they can reach Rolo from it. You wouldn't believe the stuff I can pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Aw, shucks. I feel like that's gonna become important later.
Into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum? Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Sick jump. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you looked cool doing it.
took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rolo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Graham loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little: don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I've figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Well, let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Rah!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rolo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca? Don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in.
They're
Chapter
besties
5.
now.
Friendly feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue.
And Rolo's gonna be
The smell
pissed.
of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rolo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rolo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
I don't think Rolo's gonna agree with it, but sure. Catch up with Rolo at the treehouse. Do we shake the gate? Nope. But Dawn's here. Hey Dawn, tracking down a lead. You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out, when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a particular last will and testament. Particular? Peculiar. He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The documents stipulated that Harris had to take on a child as her ward. A kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solemn. Bingo! So Harris was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Harris treats him. Poor Solemn. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. Okay, blackmail. No, delete it. Oh, No dilly-dallying. I got it. Nope. Okay. Do you have a different book verse to read? He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens! This is no time for fractured friendships. Yeah, Rolo's gonna be mad. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all the festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future. Yes? Yes, sir, very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell the town we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good. Then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work till the task is done. Poor clipbirds. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Glad they didn't see me there, just watching their conversation. It's gonna look inconspicuous at whatever hour it is because they have not told me. Oh, come on. Rolo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rolo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back, never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason. I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Lois scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad, and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house, and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, that storm rolled in out of nowhere. And I got stuck after dinner at Beck's
Luca
house.
stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is Beck? She's a new kid in town. She actually kinda cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you. And you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rolo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise. But you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you, but I kept my word, 'cause that's what friends do. Oh, wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your gran doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad
Rolo's
friend.
tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my pa is still
The
around.
words hung in the cold night air.
Rolo, that was such a dick move.
Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line.
Yeah,
But it was too late.
yeah. Luca, Good night, Rolo. Dang it. We're going to end this episode off here. Man, did not see that turn coming. Are Rolo and Luca going to be able to patch things up for the flaming chicken coop incident or what? I'll see you guys in the next episode. I hope you're enjoying. I really do enjoy this game. I think it's very cute. The art style is very nice. I like the music, the ambiance, and who doesn't like a good mystery? But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.